recommended family separation,
I recommend a zero tolerance.
which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Shalom, shalom. Kahalayim la YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM KOKUDASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone and teacher move well. Peace and salutations be to the elect. Brother Tazwan coming to you from the prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, this lesson is going to be going into ICE and mass deportations. Alright. And you had the director of the ICE made bold statements this past week. You know, he was saying how they're going to get back on their job to deporting illegal immigrants, and they're going to do it in a great way, in a great order, taking out or deporting millions, billions of immigrants, supposedly, you know, in a short time. All right, and then he made claims on. I believe it was Trump who made claims on targeting the Mexican cartels and also dealing with the communism in Cuba. All these very bold claims. Okay, Trump has a lot of plans and a lot of goals for his term. All right, which all these things he's going to have. He's talking about doing and planning on doing. It can't be done peacefully. It has to be done through violence. Okay, that means you got to force somebody out of the country. You got to grab people up and take them away from their homes. And some lady asked the ICE director, she said, how are you going to take people away from their families? You know, what about their families? He said, well, they can all be deported together, you know, and keep the family together. All right, so these guys are, so you can see that these guys are very serious about what they do. You know, what that scripture, what that reminds me of is that scripture, because they're returning back to their old ways, right? In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shew favor to the young. Okay, so this is a nation of fierce countenance. All right, they're very stern in the face. The Edomites are stern in the face, man. Okay, he was going straight up with her, and these women, they weren't having what these people were talking about anymore. You see how it's usually a debate back and forth with the president or someone high in office. You got a woman in there debating in her emotions, and she probably on her fucking menstrual when they're debating emotionally. This man had no emotions. He said straight to the point. Well, they shouldn't got her illegally. You know, he was cutting her up, man. She couldn't say anything against it. He had made bold points. All his points were true, and they were all bold. You know, he didn't give her any time to speak out of emotion, or she started tripping over her words because she couldn't do anything about it. You know, they have their reasons, and their reasons is true and supposedly just. Okay, so this devil's coming out. Oh, Slovakia. This woman's phone connected to my car radio. I pulled up to my house. So, it says, in the book of Revelation, Because you already got so-called immigrants starting to protest, okay, about getting kicked out of the country. They don't want to leave the country. They don't want to be kicked out, you know. They got their benefits cut, so now they're hungry, which is actually putting a bigger target on them, you know. They're going to be the ones that's going out protesting and sighing and crying. Biden let all these people in here. And now when the president changed, he's saying, y'all got to get the hell out of here. All right. So do you think that's going to be done peacefully, or do you think blood's going to have to shed to make such a great transition in this country, man? Okay. Let's be honest. No transition is done peacefully, man. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed going on. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the devil's coming down unto you, inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Especially you illegal inhabitants. What they call you, illegal inhabitants now. You know, this devil's gonna come down to you, having great wrath. All right, and I believe they ain't gonna stop there. They're gonna start targeting Jake as well. That's really Jacob's trouble. They start with Northern Kingdom. What you think they're gonna do to Southern Kingdom? Southern Kingdom back to back with Northern Kingdom, really. Okay. I remember having a vision of the night where I was in a spirit body observing what was going on in someone's house, and there was a Northern Kingdom house, and they were speaking in Spanish. They couldn't speak English. They were all crying. And troops had came in and restrained the Northern Kingdom dad. I'm guessing they didn't take his mother and his daughter, but the dad was in. I guess he was. I don't know if he was an illegal, but from what I perceived, they were scanning him to see if he had a C-hip. Okay, he was scanned, and when they said he didn't have it, they took him out in a violent force, man. Okay, and shoved him into a truck and drove down the street, and nobody knew what happened to him afterwards. And the family was very sorrowful. Okay, but that just reminded me of that dream I had. And there was Northern Kingdom, man. You know, so many things could get started with what Trump's got going now, and Elon Musk with his right-hand man, pretty much his endorser. Guess what? He's gonna, you know, his stock's going up in Tesla and all the things that he's selling because he endorsed Trump. So you think Trump's gonna come through for him now and maybe use his MOTB as a part of his NWO methods? He's changing everything, man. You know, he also just came out saying he wants to put the KJV Bible in all the schools. He think that it's necessary. Okay, so he may be very well dealing with narrow. These are very bold approaches, and this is going to change. This is bold attempts to change this nation. This nation who was built on confusion, sodomy, debauchery, thievery, okay, and slavery. Trump is making bold changes, bold statements to the country, because his slogan is what? Make America great again. He also said what to Jake? He said, you so-called blacks better learn your history before it repeats itself. You know, and what was our history? Hardcore slavery, man. All right, we didn't have no happy. Jake was never happy here in America. Okay, so listen to the key words and what this devil's hinting to you. He's going to come down with great wrath, man. All right, but I want to touch on that momentarily. Actually, this quick lesson was edifying to you. I cannot go off to listen to truth and sincerity. Until next time, inshallah, I say shalom.